Louder.
And we're back. Tom Gibson and Chuck Augustin here on Nye County. And Chuck, I see that you pulled out your medication because reliving this thing has been very, very painful for you.
It is. And again, the system, to me, it's a game. They have no compassion for the individual. Guilty, innocent, who cares? Let's stack on 20 charges and we'll get them to plead to 2 like 95% of the rest of the country does. It doesn't matter if they're innocent or guilty. And like I say, I got off relatively easy. Just hospitals, expenses, and on. But I'll tell you what, I said this country isn't worth saving at that point.
Well, and yours is just a microcosm because the political correctness gone nuts in this country, and in addition to now all prosecutors and well, not all prosecutors, but general rule prosecution and police agencies are numbers driven. They get paid more or they get paid less depending on convictions and arrests. So when people say, well, we need more cops. Oh, really? Want more cops? Then you're going to put more cops in the streets, and more people are going to be arrested. And it doesn't. There's not going to be more crime. There's going to be more arrests because the crime is going to be a constant amount. So all you're going to do is add to a situation, and then the cops are going to be making arrests on where they don't necessarily have to do that, and they've taken discretion away from cops. In the old days, cops used to have discretion, say, you know, I'm not going to arrest this DUI guy. I'm going to put him in my car and take him home because he was coming home from a wedding. He seems like he'd be a good guy, and he takes him home, and that's okay. But you do that now, and you'll be fired and prosecuted.
What we need is a sheriff like Ray the Flagman. Ray, take it, buddy.
Hey, you know, I'm listening to what Tom was just saying, and he's absolutely right as far as they stack the charges. The cops got to justify their paycheck, and so they lock people up. Small petty crimes, not even crimes, somebody's ticked off at somebody and they're just locking them up in mass. And this is ridiculous what's going on. And if anybody knows, I know, because I've been watching on a daily basis for 14 years in that courthouse. I invite other people to join me as court observers. I noticed in your preliminary hearing, Chuck, there was just very few people in the courtroom. I was there and a couple others. The courtroom should be filled with people watching what's going on, watching how people are being abused by this horrible system that we've set up. We haven't set up. They've set up to punish us, and that's what it's all about. And I want to add a couple things. I called in last month to the show. I got chewed out by the DA for calling in to Chuck Augustin and Tom Gibson because I saw a court case and I commented negatively on it, and the district attorney chewed me out at the courthouse yesterday. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. Okay, I'll let you guys...
Wait. No, what'd she chew you out for? I don't get it.
I called in last month about that Hispanic guy that was fined $10,000 for 2 dogs barking.
Oh, that one, okay.
Right, and she came out, Bello came out and said, I got a bone to pick with you, flag man. You know, they barked 22 times and he didn't deny it. And I said, look, I was there. I sat through the trial. I saw the railroad job that was given to him. He wasn't given a defense attorney. He couldn't speak English. He didn't understand what was happening, and he just ran him through the system, fined him $9,998, case closed. And she was defending the actions of her assistant DA and everything else, and I said, it shouldn't be this way. People should not be just run under the bus because you can do it. And that's what happened, and it was very upsetting to me to be talked to like that, and but that's what happened.
Here's the thing, Ray. I see it with the commissioners, I see it with the sheriff, with the DA. Everybody up there in power is very sensitive. Their feelings are hurt. They're insulted. What about us? What about us that are, like you said, thrown under the bus by a system that's gone so wrong? And you people are in charge of that system. You DA, you sheriff. You can blame it on anybody you want. You can blame it on me. You can blame it on the flagman. This crap is going on every day, and you're getting paid one hell of a lot of money to make sure it doesn't go on. How about doing your job and quit worrying about your feelings?
Yeah, and one more thing, Chuck. What I noticed lately is they're piling on even more charges. And if you don't accept what the deal is, they find a way to add one or two more charges just to kind of enhance the penalty against you, so maybe you'll waffle. And that's totally ridiculous. You know, they say, we're going to charge you with this and this. Oh, you won't take the plea bargain, then we're going to add 2 or 3 more on. We're playing against a stacked deck here, people. It's just that simple. And I'm watching 14 years, and I'm saying, it's got to change for the better, and it's not. It's getting worse every day. And I just want the people out there, come in and watch for yourself. You don't have to come every day. Stop in and watch a trial now and then. You'll see Tom Gibson in action. You'll meet people there, court observers, and you may find that what I'm saying, what Chuck Augustin and Tom Gibson are saying is the truth. And that's what I want people to know.
Well, you know, Ray, the good news is that a lot of the jurors that are on our juries, in this particular county especially, see through the BS. And sometimes they might even feel, well, maybe the guy's probably guilty, but based on what the cops did, based on what the prosecution is getting away with, I can't in good conscience convict this guy. And do you see that?
Yes, I think they have a 50% conviction rate. I've seen as many as 3 in a row not guilties in different cases because they're just like you say, Tom. They're seeing through all the complicated mess that's being presented. Some cases really should be found not guilty, but we do not have one person with enough guts on a jury for a jury nullification, which we really need. Some cases where all you need is one person to hang that jury, so the fellow will either the charge will be dropped or he'll get a new trial. And the cases you would say this guy should be let loose. But like this case, they should have let this guy loose. 12 marijuana plants he's growing. He had a bad back. He didn't have a medical use card.
Oh, I got to give credit to Judge Wonker too.
On Friday, I was there.
Yeah, she very well reasoned decision. Kudos to Jason Ernest too. He did a good job setting up the record. And when I say setting up the record, most people don't know what that means. It means when you're at the preliminary hearing, you're at the lower level of the court, and you say certain things, or you ask the certain questions of the witness to set them up for appeal. And Jason did an excellent job of that. And basically, the judge said to Ms. Heidi Fleiss, "You're guilty. You got away with it, but I can't. I have to follow the law, and the law requires me to suppress this evidence because it was illegally obtained."
Right. There was no search warrant. They had an arrest warrant, and she explained all that in court.
Right.
And it's a victory for the Fourth Amendment temporarily because the state said, we're going to the Supreme Court. We can't let this happen this way, So it's just one after another. You're beating a dead horse trying to change the system.
Right, and we've got some good justices on the Supreme Court, but we got some stinkers too. I mean, there's several judges that were really good civil judges, but they wouldn't know a criminal case if they, ran into it, and they don't apply the same mentality. But Chief Justice Cherry, who I great man, I love the guy. He does the right thing. He's very smart, and but in criminal cases especially, he makes sure that that the law is followed. And I had one years ago. Do you remember the Tyler Gibbons case, the kid that shot the kid?
Yeah, I do. I sat through that one, yeah.
Yeah, and I appealed, and I went to a 3-judge panel, and Judge Pickering and Judge Gibbons voted against me, even though I can't understand how, but Judge Cherry wrote such a scathing dissent that the other judges said, "Hey, we want to hear this," and so, which that's nod wink, that means they're going to reverse it and it's going to come back. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Beckett and Mr. Vito were talking to me about a plea bargain or two, and so the kid, instead of doing life, first-degree murder with life, with first-degree murder life. Because of the weapon enhancement, I got a second degree. So instead of doing 40 years, he's going to do 20 years. I mean, the kid killed a kid, so I understand.
Yeah.
But it's, the good news is because of Justice Cherry, his sentence was cut in half.
Right. Well, I just Two things before your show's just about over. Louis DeCanio went pro se. He defended himself, and he won at a jury trial. He said, I know the facts more than any lawyer could ever know, and the jury is going to understand what happened. He won a jury trial about 3 years ago. And I also want to say, when you guys are driving home tonight, turn your radio on, because Richard Hamilton Uncensored is on at 7 o'clock. Don't miss the show. It's a good show. Hey, and you guys had a good one tonight. Keep the faith, power to the people. Thank God we saved the Tigers. Good night, my friends.
And I'll go out and say something positive, which will shock most people. As far as judges are concerned now, I haven't seen any atrocities in my mind. There's one judge I have total respect for. I haven't seen anything but fairness. And I won't say who it was, but...
Well, you're not going to, if you like the
well,
person...
he's in Justice Court B. I don't want to look like a brown noser. But I
well,
think,
if you're calling the shot accurately, it's not brown nosing.
yeah, I think he is a superb judge. He holds the police accountable. Now, other people have a totally different opinion. Like I said on the first show, if you're in front of a judge, chances are you've got a negative opinion, especially if you're innocent and you're being run through this system, because the judge represents the system in essence. So it's a hard job at the judge level, I absolutely know, but the things Kent did were atrocities. He should have been out of there after a week of pulling these shenanigans.
Which one's that?
Kent.
Now, I will say...
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, I endorse both of our district court judges, Judge Lane, Judge Wonker. They're very good, very knowledgeable in the law. Judge Wonker is a little more meticulous, and but Judge Lane, he's more easygoing, but they arrive at the same conclusions basically. So you're not going to lose either way. And then Judge Jasper, a great guy, and I mean, Judge Whitaker's great. I like Judge Sullivan. I used when Ron Kent first became judge, I was really hopeful because, oh, good, a judge that JP that is a lawyer, so he's going to know the law, and I was never so shocked. Anyway, there you go, and thank you for joining us, and we hope you see us again the third Tuesday of next month when we're going to be discussing a different topic, which we haven't decided yet, but whatever it is, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it because I'm endorsing it too.
Thanks for watching.